162 pounds, from Checkmat, New York City, Dante Muschamp. His opponent, standing 5'11", weighing in at 165, from NPR Endurance, Mike Moore.
We are back to the endurance format for the matches this evening. We have Dante Muschamp versus Michael Moore. Emil, who has the high top?
That would be Dante with the high top and the long sleeve rash guard. And you have Michael in the short sleeve purple rash guard. Dante jumping, leaping guard, and able to come up almost in the mount. Let's see if he can settle here. Michael really dexterous with his legs here, almost able to... It looks like he's going to be able to re-guard a little bit in a kind of ashigarami. Oh, and turn it into a leg attack. Outside heel hook.
Deep heel hook here. Beautiful submission there. That's the first round of a potential 3. And then immediately, not even a 30-second break, and we are back at it. These guys are going quick. Into the tie-up, going for that jumping guillotine. Dante with a nice trip there into the side control position. I'm just trying to pass here with a leg weave position, but Michael's doing a really good job controlling this position, so he's unable to pass. He's looped the leg through there, and that's kind of a difficult position to pass without really posturing up and making a lot of space. And we see Michael going for a leg attack here, but Dante's really crushed in. His knee's all the way across the center line here, so he's potentially open for a heel hook. His knee's bent in kind of a funny way, but you're not...
So this puts an immense amount of stress on the knee, and I think we saw a tap earlier just from this kind of like pulling the knee and torquing it like this. So Dante's got to be careful because
he can easily get flattened out here or get his knee attacked from this position. Now he's got the knee line out a little bit more, so he's kind of in less danger now. But like, Michael he can extend it out at any time here, and
Michael has a good triangle outside ashigarami, and he's able to rock Dante back and now come up.
So he gets almost like a 50-50 sweep. I mean, the sweep out of it, not the pass.
So we're in a 50-50 leg battle right now with Michael on top. He's rolling back down. It seems like
that heel hard.
Seems like Michael's doing the majority of the leg attacks here, with Dante kind of more reacting. And now Dante is seated with his leg kind of extended out a little bit. So.
Yeah, we're in this 50-50 battle, and this is it's a very difficult position to disengage from.
Oh, yeah.
And we got Michael really grasping the head there for Dante, trying to get him nice and close to him, protecting his own leg and allowing him to start going for his own leg attacks here.
So Dante's kind of bailing water out of a sinking boat here. If he's not doing attacks of his own and he's only reacting, it's just going to be a matter of time before Michael's able to get the submission.
Yeah, when you're up in that top position in the 50-50, it's really difficult to attack because you've got to kind of fall back to really start extending your opponent's legs.
It looks like Dante's now starting to focus a little bit on the feet. And now he's looking over to attack Michael's feet a little bit. You can see him looking and now reaching over.
Yep, we get a position reversal here. Again,
Oh, look at that. Dante's able to, if he can pull it out, he can get an inside heel hook position. But Michael's doing a really good job at
and he figure fours his legs there.
collar time.
To block the heel hook attempt. Emil, in this position, would you rather be on top or on the bottom? Which one do you think is more advantageous?
I think I would rather be on the bottom just because
you can more easily dig the heels from the bottom there.
you can
Really
attack.
in this position, and Nogi especially. You're looking for the heel hook, potentially a knee bar transition.
It's also hard to, there are some options for attacking from top 50-50, but I feel like there's probably more when you're seated and you can kind of roll back a little bit more, kind of like Michael's doing right now. Still in the 50-50 position. And now Dante's the one who's being active and attacking inside heel hook. Oh, good inside heel hook. Excellent. So we have a 1-in-1 situation here with Michael 1 submission and Dante with 1 submission.
So this is the first third round that we're seeing where both guys are 1-on-1. The stakes are high for this one.
Absolutely.
We could potentially see an overtime in this.
It's
And overtimes are unlimited time.
I imagine neither fighter wants to get to that position. So I still think they're
real good back and forth.
They're going to be coming out firing all cylinders. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Okay.
Explain.
So, in the 1-in-1 situation, the third match becomes an unlimited overtime until there's a third submission.
Okay. So basically, we are going to see a submission in this round. This is an unlimited time round, and this goes till submission. So, real interesting format here. We have Dante here trying to get control from the top, and Mike stands up. So here, when you know you have to go for the submission, are you more aggressive or are you more defensive?
Absolutely aggressive. There's no doubt about it. I don't think you really want to play a game of attrition and guessing how deep the person's gas tank is. There's really no way of estimating that. So
yeah, I think that's a really good point.
You know,
you've got to go for the finish because if you're trying to rely on gas tank, it's very possible that other guy can have a bigger gas tank than you.
Yeah, absolutely. Or even, let's say you have a deeper gas tank, but he happens to get you in a really draining position, you're hosed, you know?
Yeah, because it becomes a trade-off at this point.
Yep.
Where it's like, who is in the better position for longer? Because you've got to get the sub. There's no next round to save you. This is going to go, until there's a submission.
It's a little hard to see what the leg positioning is here, but Dante seems to be on top with good shoulder pressure on Mike.
It looks like it's in an inverted triangle almost.
Yeah, I can't. Oh, yeah, it's triangling his arm, so it's
potentially
almost like
we
an
can see a Von
omoplata?
Flu here from the top, but it's a very interesting position. I've not seen a whole lot of matches end
It's
up in
almost
this
like
position.
it's almost like a crucifix, but instead of having the person's back to the mat, the person's back is up towards the ceiling.
Right, and the head is trapped with the arm. This is a really, really interesting position here. Potentially, we're going to see Dante try to circle around in this position on top, and there he does. Now in like a north-south position.
Dante's in a north-south.
Dante will probably try to isolate an arm here. Probably he's going to try to isolate the left arm there. And Mike's really poshed up. They're probably going to reset him here.
Yep.
Again, it should be a pretty easy position to reset him. I doubt they'll reset him on the feet, but it is a possibility. Yep, and they reset him in the north-south position.
So
they're going.
In this north-south position, Mike has good defensive arms where Dante won't be able to get the choke because his arms are being blocked by Michael.
Ooh, nice staple position from Dante on the top there.
Dante is able to staple the arms. He's just got to make sure that he doesn't posture up too much and allow Michael to invert because it looks like he's got pretty good leg dexterity.
And Michael really wants to invert and escape that way. It looks like he's going to go for that single leg there to try to roll through. Or even try to take the back off of it. He's got his knees really high. It looks like he's trying to bridge all the way over. But again, Dante's doing a really good job on top here. He's trying to isolate an arm. He's got a triangle from the top.
It's a mounted
inverted reverse triangle.
It's a mounted inverted triangle.
Right. Mike is doing a real good job here, keeping him low, using that kind of S-grip from the top.
Yeah, it's a little hard to finish the choke.
Yeah, Mike's going for that single leg escape.
It's a good control position, but
Dante's doing a good job controlling the position from the top here.
He's got to be careful that he's slipping almost into donkey guard position here.
Yep.
And that's not a good position to attack unless you're attacking a toe hold.
And that's really one of the few attacks that are really available from that position is that toe hold, because you can reach over the knee and really just finish it with the arms while controlling with the chest.
Okay. Dante's able to slip back downwards into a more traditional north-south position.
Yep. He's doing a really good job controlling Mike's hips with his shoulder there.
Oh, yeah. I like that. It's a really nice detail.
Every time he bridges, you see him lift up his knees to put additional pressure so Mike can't get his hips off the mat. Really nice technique there. Mike's still trying to grab that half guard, but having a difficult time with it. Dante's got a nice crossface in there. And looks like Dante may decide to isolate that arm.
Oh, does he have a darce? It's hard to tell from this angle, but it looks like he might have a darce.
He might have it. Again, we were looking at the competitor's back right now. He's locked it up.
He's grabbing his bicep, and he's twisting.
That's nice tight. Has he isolated and grabbed the leg with his hand to keep pressure on there? Looks like he almost tried to switch to a Japanese neck type there for a second before he went to the referee's position.
Dante was just a little too high to finish the darce. Crowd really getting into it. They're calling time 30 seconds. So perhaps there is a time limit.
It's a really active back and forth match. They're calling for time right now. And we're not certain if this is going to be an unlimited time match or if this is actually going to be a third round match that will go into overtime. It appears that this is going to be
a third match.
Goes into an unlimited overtime after the third round.
Got it.
So we had a misunderstanding there. So I wonder if they give him 30 seconds or they give him a minute between this match. Imagine that. You've got 3 different rounds here. Your final round, you get deep into a bunch of different positions, a 5-minute match, and then now you're faced with an unlimited time 4th round for all the marbles. You've subbed your opponent has subbed you, and then your 3rd round has gone to a draw.
We'll see what happens here.
Moving on to sudden death, this will conclude a single, no time limit.
Yep, so this looks like you're fighting to the death at this point. You're trying not to get subbed. You're trying to sub the other guy because it will not stop until someone quits.
Person trying to take your head off, man.
Yeah.
We'll see how these guys start off.
And we are off in this 3rd round.
We have an immediate guard pull, which makes a lot of sense right now. Don't want to exhaust too much in this no time limit. None of us know how long this match is going to go. They went 5 minutes.
And we saw some deep submissions in that 5-minute match.
Yeah.
So nothing at this point with these two gentlemen, nothing would surprise me.
Neither seems to be content just controlling, which is good. There's a lot of activity.
Yeah, these guys are pushing the action. This is what SAGC is looking for.
Absolutely.
They're looking for guys to be going for submission. They've tried to cater their rule set to facilitate that, and that is pretty evident in this match. Both of these guys, Mike and Dante, really going for the finish. I think they'll probably reset them here being this close to the cage. I don't believe that SAGC allows cage work.
Dante is up right now, and Michael appears to be going for... Oh, he gets looks like he got a heel hook. Oh...